Sports, yeah, BowTie. We gon' catch it all from the court side. Got the lights, camera, action for the whole nine. You name it and we got it at the BowTie. BowTie Sports, yeah, BowTie. We gon' catch it all from the court side. Got the lights, camera, action for the whole nine. You name it and we got it at the BowTie. All of the sports, you can catch it at the BowTie. Commentary special with the bird's eye. You can watch it for your favorite like a franchise. Come and get your info from the BowTie. Talk about the plays, it's a rewind. You know that we got it at the BowTie. Running through the specs, Nike Reebok. Touchdowns, three-pointer, whichever you like. All you gotta do is watch, listen to the game plan. Pinning all the stats for the whole squad. Special teams or the starters and even the main man. Yeah, we do interviews at the BowTie. BowTie Sports, yeah, BowTie. We gon' catch it all from the court side. Got the lights, camera, action for the whole nine. You name it and we got it at the BowTie. BowTie Sports, yeah, BowTie. We gon' catch it all from the court side. Got the lights, camera, action for the whole nine. You name it and we got it at the BowTie.
You're watching BowTie Sports.
BowTie Sports, yeah, BowTie. We gon' catch it all from the court side. Got the lights, camera, action for the whole nine. You name it and we got it at the BowTie. BowTie Sports, yeah, BowTie. We gon' catch it all from the court side. Got the lights, camera, action for the whole nine. You name it and we got it at the BowTie. All of the sports, you can catch it at the BowTie. Commentary special with the bird's eye. You can watch it for your favorite like a franchise. Come and get your info from the BowTie. Talk about the plays, it's a rewind. You know that we got it at the BowTie. Running through the specs, Nike Reebok. Touchdowns, three-pointer, whichever you like. All you gotta do is watch, listen to the game plan. Pinning all the stats for the whole squad. Special teams or the starters and even the main man. Yeah, we do interviews at the BowTie. BowTie Sports, yeah, BowTie. We gon' catch it all from the court side. Got the lights, camera, action for the whole nine. You name it and we got it at the BowTie. BowTie Sports, yeah, BowTie. We gon' catch it all from the court side. Got the lights, camera, action for the whole nine. You name it and we got it at the BowTie.
We can't hear you, Hence.
You can't hear you, Hence. We can't hear you, sir.
My thing was still on me.
That's right. You're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this ball on the road. Let's get it going.
All right. Good afternoon to our fellow kings and queens, and welcome back to another episode on the BowTie Soprts Podcast, where we discuss the week's current and highest trending topics in the sports world. I hope everyone is doing well. How are you guys doing today?
We doing great.
I'm filled with love and joy this morning on this beautiful
my little
NFL
mic cover to stay.
Absolutely. NFL's back, guys. NFL playoffs is on the way. Playoffs is on the way.
Before we get started,
right.
who y'all Super Bowl picks? You know, since the teams are left, who y'all got? You know,
well, D, let me say this one, D, because I already know who I got.
Who?
I know. Shout out to the best team in the AFC
Joe.
right now.
That's what he goes to say.
I mean, is what it is. 3-0, smoking Joe.
Man,
Smoking Joe. Shout out to them good Bengals. Them mighty Bengals. I got the Bengals in San Francisco.
Either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
I got smoking. I got the 49ers. The 49ers and the Bengals.
Who you got, Hints?
I'll let you go, D.
Here we go, Chiefs Kingdom. Here we go.
I got the Chiefs.
Here we go.
And the Bills.
Nah, yeah, in the AFC Championship.
I'm gonna say Chiefs or the Bills. Well, I mean, the way the Bills is going, it might be the Bills. It might be the Bills. I don't know.
I got the I got the surprise team.
Ain't no surprise.
I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs and the Vikings.
Okay.
On that note, go ahead, D. On that note, go ahead, D.
Go ahead, let's get the show.
Wow. Well, we got a lot of things to get into today, guys. We got the Chiefs versus the Raiders. Of course, talking about Patrick Mahomes and his MVP status, which we all know how that's going to go. So we're going to go ahead and kick off this episode, getting into the Chiefs versus the Raiders. We are in week 18 in the NFL. Last Saturday, January 7th, that was a victory for the Chiefs with a final score of 31-13, which also put them in place for AFC's number 1 seed. And I know you guys have a lot of things to get into with that, so I'll let you guys take it away.
Before we
Mr.
get
Kingdom
started,
himself. Go ahead, Mr. Kingdom.
let's go ahead and watch the recap.
Let's
I can
see.
still hear Marty's focus and finish ring in my ears. And Al Davis' most famous phrase, "Just win, baby," is the best advice for the 63rd edition of the Kansas City Chiefs.
What better way to throw a party than right here in Vegas, man? We in the city that never sleeps, baby. We about to turn the hell up, man. Never how you thought is how you finished, man. We dominate the trenches, and we held the business. Hey, get out of here. Dominate on 3, 1, 2, 3.
It also, with that no contest declared on Monday night, has set up a very complicated matrix. But here's what's simple for the Chiefs. Chiefs win this game, they will be the 1 seed in the AFC, and will have a bye week next week. That is enough motivation for the entire Chiefs kingdom to put everything into this game. And as I mentioned, Dana, as we await the captains to walk on the field, it feels like the playoffs are already starting today. Crosby lined up on the outside shoulder of Kelsey. Play action fake. Crosby coming from the outside. Mahomes with time. Guns it long. Left caught Watson at the 20. Inside the 15. 10, 5. Tackle just shy of the end zone. Mahomes looks that way. Now moves to his left. Holds the ball. Holds it. Now he's going to shovel it late. He's got McKinnon. Touchdown. Kansas City. 4 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap at the near hash. Under pressure. He's hit and sacked at the 35-yard line. Chris Jones continues his amazing season. They fake a counter. Here comes a blitz. Stidham goes down at the 9. Justin Reed on a well-timed safety blitz. Fit him at his own goal line to throw. Unloads it with the right arm. One-on-one play. Far side intercepted at the 45-yard line. Coming over the top of the football. Juan Thornhill playing center field and gets the pick against Stidham.
Let's go! It's not just one guy. It's what we all do. Keep eating. Let's go. Eat.
Ronald Jones II is in the backfield. They have McKinnon there. He goes in motion to a tight wing right. Ronald Jones II, blast behind left guard. Touchdown! Kansas City, the secret weapon. We've just been waiting to use it. The Raiders will go for it on 4th down and goal to go at the 2-yard line. Stidham looking right, now being chased. Then fires it late for the end zone. It's incomplete. No flags on the play. Jalen Watson and the Chiefs hold on down. And yeah, I know what they're going to do here. This is going to be a direct snap out of they do a spinning pedal, 2nd down and 3. They're going to run it on an option pitch to Tony. Now they come back to Tony on a throw from McKinnon. Tony breaks a tackle, near side 5, touchdown, Kansas City. But a penalty flag thrown. And a penalty is going to wipe out the touchdown. Under centers Mahomes. They come on a jet sweep to Tony at the 10 on the angle. Breaks a tackle inside the 5. Near front pylon. Touchdown. Kansas City. It just took one more play. Takes the snap. Retreating at the Raider logo. Sack at that Raider logo. Right on the sword. 3rd and 27 here to the Raiders. 38-yard line. Play might be. Oh, no, the ball's out. It's picked up by Kansas City at the 30.
Yeah, George. Yeah, George.
5 seconds left to go, 2nd quarter. Townsend places it down. Butker's kick. A spinning kick that is up, and it is good! And
Y'all all know what happened there. Y'all know what happened there. You know, if you else want to see what happened, you know what I mean? It was a beat down.
You're just like me.
You know,
Trash.
that's what they are, you
Just
know.
like me. Trash. You're just like me.
Hence.
That's what they are, you know. They just like that's the Broncos. That's the Broncos and the whole AFC division holding each other. Trash.
I wouldn't necessarily say trash.
Tell them why.
I wouldn't necessarily because now Denver has been under scrutiny, but Russell Wilson has been able to put y'all on your heels now.
This is actually what happened, Dre.
Mhm.
He's already dead.
Wow, thanks.
But listen though, by you saying that, Russell Wilson still put Mahomes on his heels now. Come on now. Don't say they trash now. I mean, I see a promise next season now.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
next
trash.
season. Young man.
You know they spent all that money to beat the Chiefs.
But it takes time though. It takes time. It takes time. Takes time.
So my takes on the Raiders, you know what I mean? You know how you beat, you know, Dre played Matt, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Shout
out to the Browns.
You know, the Browns, he been using the Browns. He went through the whole NFL teams to find a team
football, by the way.
finally trying to have competition with me. But we're gonna say this. We're gonna say this. You know how you playing somebody, you know, and you play, you know, you beating them so bad. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna try this new play. And that's what the Chiefs did. It was called the snow globe. They did a ring around a rosy on the Raiders and came out and scored a touchdown. It got so bad that the Broncos offensive guard came out and said, you know, he didn't even play the Chiefs. And for another thing about the Chiefs is, I didn't like that play that they did against the Raiders. All season I'm gonna be my thing is to beat the Chiefs. Dude, they ain't even play you. You know me. You talking about the Chiefs in your locker room? They ain't even play you yet. They ain't beat you twice. The Chiefs beat the Broncos 15 times straight. 15 times. Let that sink in. 15 times.
No, I'm coughing because that's a bunch of BS you kicking. It's tough. It's tough.
Nah, he actually choking on his lemonade and ginger juice.
It's a bunch of BS. I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this. Yeah, money well spent in the AFC and the AFC West, but you gotta look at the potential of what the Raiders have right now. Wilder looking good. You got Devontae Adams finding his stride. The Derek Carr situation is the only issue to me because there is no reason why they benched him.
Welcome to the weekly meeting.
Yeah, what you gotta say? That's what we gotta say, Jay.
We are gathered here today to pay tribute to that great letter W. And the
Wow.
I feel like the Chiefs Kingdom was so rude. Ain't the Chiefs Kingdom was so rude. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this again. Back to the Raiders and what they have. They have a promising offense that can compete and can beat Kansas City. The defense is still iffy. Now, if you look at that game, though, the Raiders moving the ball. Shout out to Devontae Adams was actually getting off. He was actually getting off. And the first game they played, if it wasn't for that misread on the routes they had, they beat Kansas City. They beat Kansas City because y'all couldn't stop the Raiders' offense. The defense could not stop the Raiders. So, but if you look at the Chargers on the other side of the Chargers are playing good ball too. They playing good ball too, sir.
Yeah, for real. You know what?
It doesn't matter what you think.
We're going to see.
It doesn't matter what you think, Dre. You know, the Chiefs are been they you know this they seven season, you know, 7 years straight winning the conference, man.
Absolutely.
Do they actually say something December? You know, as we look like the Brady Bunch on this screen. Does it don't?
I understand what Dre is saying, but I mean, a win is a win, Dre.
Right.
I mean, looking at the game, of course the win is the win, but let's not overly give credit to Kansas City. Like Kansas City flat out just dominated. Nah, because
in that Raiders game.
Yeah, they did.
Dre, they did.
The second game they did. I agree. The second game they did. But remember, who was the quarterback behind the center? Who was the quarterback behind center? He was a rookie quarterback. He was a rookie quarterback. If Derek Carr, listen, if Derek Carr plays that game wouldn't have been a blowout.
The Chiefs. Look. I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Do you agree with that?
I'm gonna tell you. Don't tell you D7. Let me. The world that's watching, everybody that's watching. Let me tell you what happened. The AFC spent a lot of money, draft capital to beat one team, right?
Mhm.
Right. The Bills, everybody, and the Chiefs are still at the top, right? You know, they gonna be. It got so bad that the Chiefs broke the AFC. They broke it. Now they said, you know what? You're not playing at home no more, Mahomes. We're gonna put you at a neutral site. Let's go ahead and get into it, D7.
Let's go ahead and move on over to the AFC Championship neutral site.
So
And I'm getting an echo. Hold on,
Yeah,
Hens. I'm getting an
a
echo.
slight echo because I think it's the kingdom.
no, I don't have an echo.
Let me hear it. Okay, it's gone.
There
All
you
right,
go.
let's
'Cause
go ahead and
nonsense
move
is
into
gone.
the
Nonsense is gone.
yeah the AFC Championship neutral site. So there are, as most of you guys know, I'm pretty sure you guys will talk about it more. There's a lot of deciding factors in choosing a neutral site. But the NFL announced on Thursday the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta would serve as the neutral site for the potential AFC Championship game between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. And that will be played on January 29th. So I'll go ahead and let you guys kick off that conversation.
That's what they do. That's what they do for the Buffalo Bills.
Hence.
But this is what the Chiefs actually think.
On the concrete in front of Walgreens, where you want today. We can do it any weather, anytime. On the concrete in front of Walgreens, where you want today.
It don't matter, Dre. Anywhere, anytime.
Who was that anyway? Who was that anyway?
Anywhere, anytime.
Who was that anyway?
Parking lot.
Who was that?
It doesn't matter who he is.
No. Who was that? That made that comment. Who was that? Who?
Running back. Thomas. He ain't here no more. But it doesn't matter.
Somebody that's really irrelevant. Okay. So listen.
Wow. Dre.
So I'm gonna say this. I do not agree what they did with the Chiefs and again with the Bengals. If we don't call it, let's call it fair. The Bengals deserves to win that game.
Right.
By you doing that for the Bills, it doesn't. I don't get it. I don't get it. So y'all gonna move the Bills to a neutral site? I mean, have they really earned the right to have a neutral site? Have they earned that right? They haven't.
Right.
They haven't. They're about to get beat by the Bengals. The Chiefs beat them. So why is it they deserve a neutral site? Because of an injury? I'm not saying nothing bad. I'm not saying because that's still crazy what happened to, but at the same time, it's like, no.
And I agree. And most of the time, me and Dre don't agree on the show. We
At
don't.
At
all. But I agree with Dre said. Man, if the Bengals got screwed, it's like they got penalized, but they didn't get penalized publicly, but they got penalized, for their hit. You know what I mean? It seems like they got penalized for their hit. First, they had to get the flip of the coin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. If they lost against the Baltimore Ravens, which I think is going to happen today. But if they had to do the flip of the coin, that been scanners for the Bengals are messed up, because they was on a winning streak. They beat the Chiefs. Yeah, they beat the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they was on their way to also winning that game against the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
I put it like this: if the Bills got 7, right? I mean, if the Bengals got 7, right, and the Bills got 3, you call the game and you come play the game. What was the last score? 7-3, right?
7-3.
Yeah.
So who won that game?
The Bengals won the game.
So the Bengals.
You can't say that though.
But D, you gotta understand, D. Like, we play Madden a lot, right? And hence you definitely vouch for this one because you known for this. If I'm up 7 points and the game cuts off, I'm up 7 points. The ball goes back to who? Me. Goes back to the winner, right? If we're gonna break it down like that, or they say, well, we're not doing it. Okay, well, I'm up by 7. I win the game.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta give it to the higher up. You gotta get to the guy that's winning, to the team that's winning.
But that,
And
I
like
mean,
I
but
said-
the game,
go ahead, D.
it wasn't finished. You can't.
I get that.
I put it like this: everybody know who they got the love for.
Hence, stop it.
I'm gonna say this. Let's call it fair, though. I mean, let's call it fair. I mean, I don't like that. If I don't like the way they going about it with the Bills. Because first of all, we know the Bills was the hottest team in the league coming into the game, right? They wanted Josh Allen to win. They wanted Josh Allen to be the next Dan Marino, right? He was hot. He was rolling. They beat Kansas City. All the hype was there, and then they start to slow decline. They start to lose, and Mahomes start picking up steam, right? So Mahomes picking up steam. They still didn't give Mahomes his credit. I would say that they did not give Mahomes his credit. And then Smoking Joe came out of nowhere and beat Kansas City on the verge of beating Buffalo. I'm like, so y'all gonna sit here and just discredit the Bengals?
I mean, but if they would, let's say they did give it to the Bengals, okay?
Okay.
People would still have the same response. There would still be the same outrage. Oh, you just gonna give them the game? And
go ahead.
I was gonna say it's still gonna cause upset because the game wasn't finished, and then you're gonna give the game to whoever was winning before.
She's asking a question. Don't be rude.
I think either way it would have been outrage, and I think that's what they were trying to avoid altogether.
But why would it be outrage though? I mean,
because they didn't give the game, and I'm not saying I agree with either decision, but I can see why they made the decision that they did, even though it did ultimately end up, kind of screwing the Bengals. But
I mean, it's not their fault they played in the snow. I mean, it's not NFL. It's not the Bengals' fault y'all played in the snow. It's not the Chiefs' fault y'all played in the snow. Because shout out to Kansas City. As a matter of fact, the AFC North by itself plays in the snow. Right. So if you look at the Bengals, not the Bengals, sorry, but the Bills, they play in the East, and it snows over there. So what difference does it make? Bengals, Kansas City, or Buffalo? They all play in cold weather in this time. So why does it even make a difference? If that's the case, then make everybody's game neutral. Then, that might as well go into a college situation. Every game in the playoff needs to be in the dome. Then it should be the dome playoff.
Mahomes had. This would be his 7 or 8, 8 with the Chiefs 7 or 8 championship battle. But it seemed like, it's the love there.
Oh my gosh.
I just feel like because it has to be fair for everybody in the playoffs. You have to go ahead and make every game neutral. When it comes, you cannot do that just because it's the Bills. It's not right. It's not fair. Make my game neutral too. Then put me in the dome. Put me in the dome. Then don't do that because everybody's playing and working their tails off in this bad weather because of the Bills. You're gonna make it neutral. No coin toss either, so the Bills automatically gets it. Automatically, bro. No, I so disagree with that.
The coin toss should have been with the Bengals and the Buffalo Bills to see who won that game. If you're gonna have the coin toss, you should have did it with that, but not with the Baltimore and Bengals. That I think that's just like y'all embarrassed us on national TV, so here's your penalty. That's why I felt. That's what I felt like.
But even with the coin being tossed, I disagree because the Bengals was winning. You can't give me a coin toss of my hard work and what I worked hard for. Ain't no coin toss. No, I disagree with that. No, I worked hard too, just like Buffalo did, just like Kansas City did. No, I deserve that win.
Well, unfortunately, it's not up to us. So
I know, right? It's crazy.
Good take. I'll give you that. Good take.
Yeah, that was a good take.
As he drink his big gulp from a quick chip.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Shout out to Chris Trip.
All right, let's go ahead and move into Patrick Mahomes MVP status. So right now there are 4 quarterbacks in the lineup. Of course, Patrick Mahomes number 1, Jalen Hurts number 2, Joe Burrow number 3, and Josh Allen number 4. And we all know why Patrick is at the top of that list. Pretty sure Hintz wants to go ahead and jump into that.
Let's hear from Patrick.
What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Just want to say thank you for the Walter Payton Man of the Year challenge and voting for me, just like you voted for Tyron and Travis in the past. Y'all are the best. I appreciate what y'all do for me on and off the field. Let's keep making Kansas City a better place. What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Just
like the man said.
Okay, well,
let's get it to the Superman himself.
Superman.
The guy is a great guy. You know what I mean? He He's playing. They said he wouldn't do it without Tyreek Hill, but he said he put up 5,608 yards of offense without Tyreek Hill. What they say, Dre? What they say?
I mean, that shows the maturity. That shows like he understands the game better, and he's starting to mature. He's starting to get better as a quarterback because great quarterbacks can make anybody look good. If I can say, if you can make a fullback look like a wide receiver or a running back look like a wide receiver, you're doing something right. You can turn somebody that's low beyond the low bottom of the depth chart and make them look like a number one receiver. You got my respect, and Mahomes got everybody respect because he can do that. Mahomes can do that.
And this is his first year playing with Juju.
It's his first year playing with Juju, right?
MVS, Sky Moore, the boy that was on the practice squad, Watson, number 84, all the way down there in Buffalo. He was on the practice squad, come out here catching passes from the great himself, Patrick Mahomes. Also, McKinnon coming out the backfield, catching passes. It's just and wait when they get my boy back, Nico Harmon. It's gonna be really deadly in the playoffs.
Well, let me stop you on that one. I mean, the weapons they have on Kansas City, they don't need no more on offense. They don't need no more.
But
the defense is the issue.
The thing we talking about is Patrick Mahomes MVP status. We ain't talking about.
I'm just breaking down why. I mean, I get that. You know what I'm saying? You all up in that man's all up in that man's rectum.
Stop it.
I'm gonna say this.
Like this. He'll be the first. He'll be the first to win. He already won Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Okay.
And then he gonna win MVP. He gonna win MVP, right?
Yeah.
He go on to the Super Bowl. He win a Super Bowl, right? Then actually he go to Super Bowl. He wins the MVP,
disagree.
right?
I disagree.
I'm just saying that the status, the trophy status, that's what's going.
His accolades is big. He do got an outstanding bunch of accolades behind him because he's great, right? Let's move to Hurts. Hurts, right? This is his second year with the Eagles, full year, and they have one of the best records in the NFC right now. They playing well. They playing good football, complimentary football, and they sticking to their scheme. They're sticking to the system. They're definitely sticking to the system. And
it doesn't matter what you think.
We're talking about.
Hey, shout out.
He said we're talking about Patrick.
Hey,
we ain't talking about.
Shout out to the Kingdom for being disrespectful again. Shout out to the Kingdom for being very disrespectful
But
again.
hence, you got to talk about all of them because he has.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying.
The segment said
it's the Kingdom. It's the Kingdom. It's so much hate in the Kingdom.
It doesn't say Jalen Hurts. It doesn't say.
Now, sir, if I can talk, Tabo. So listen.
Tabo.
So dig. Hurts has been tremendous for the Eagles. Tremendous. When he was hurt, they was rocky. Everybody talking about, well, he's hurt now. The Eagles are vulnerable, right? So that tells you if they're bad on offense, just a slight bit. That tells you who's the real MVP. Because with Hurts on that field, they get the job done. You can't stop that offense with Hurts on that field. When he's not on the field, they become average. The Eagles, whatever the Eagles, that we can beat the Eagles. That shows MVP, most valuable player, is Hurts. Because without Hurts,
man, the yards.
Without
and like
Hurts,
Mahomes said,
the Eagles is not as dangerous without Hurts. So listen. So listen. Let's break it down. If you take out Patrick Mahomes or the Chiefs, the same team, do they keep that same wave, or are they still balanced without Patrick Mahomes?
I think
yes, they are, sir.
Yeah,
they're still balanced, right? It's still explosive without Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, they are, sir.
Thank you. So the MVP goes to Hurts because without Hurts, the Eagles are not that explosive.
No, they're not. I agree to disagree, sir. I made you think that you had me, but you don't. The Chiefs offense ain't going to be good without Patrick Mahomes. It's not going to be great without Patrick Mahomes coming out the pocket, throwing passes that you ain't never seen before. See, you Cardinals fans like to play Angry Birds a little too much. Now, if you was actually listening, watching the segment, it said Patrick Mahomes MVP. It didn't say Jalen Hurts. It didn't say Tom Brady. It didn't say Tom Cruise. It didn't say Tom Hanks. It said Patrick Mahomes.
Hey, how much backside are you kissing?
Hey,
it's a pound of it. You right there.
I'm
right
in
in between.
Here. Look. We had the worst quarterbacks in Kansas City history.
And we did.
We went with the bag hanging. Now we got our guy. And like what Patrick Mahomes said,
no, he's not the king. Let's go to Smoking Joe.
All right, so
real
we
king. A real king.
Go ahead and move on to the next.
Wait, no. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. No, because we gotta go down the whole list, sir. So Smoking Joe beat Mahomes. In case Mahomes forgot who the king of the AFC is. Hello. Now we can move forward.
All right, fellas. Let's go ahead and move into not so serious.
Yeah, what we got today. We got Lamar Jackson on the list today. It appears that he's hurt, but is he actually hurt? We don't know. That's what they say. So let's get it on. Let's get it on the road.
Today we go to Lamar Jackson. Is he playing the cards right? We don't know if he playing the card right. They said he's injured. Is he injured? We don't know. A lot of people saying he's not. A lot of people saying that he's just wanting for his contract. He won his contract. He put the money, so he's going to play it smart. But what I think is that he is going to be hurt. All that ain't going to matter. The Baltimore Ravens are still going to play the cards right today. They're still going to beat the Bengals. Oh, Smoking Joe is going to go down today, Drake. So, as you see and look back on Lamar Jackson, he was the MVP before, just like the guy Patrick Mahomes that does play his cards right. But Lamar Jackson, a lot of people saying that he's trying to play the Ravens. They trying to say that he's not seriously hurt. What you got to say to that, Quick Trip, y'all?
Thank you for introducing me as the Quick Trip man. Appreciate it again. Again, Smoking Joe's not losing. Sorry to bust your bubble. I'm going to say this. Lamar Jackson. I don't know. They unsure about him. I don't know. They're very unsure, so we don't know.
Mm.
If you were Lamar Jackson, would you play?
If he didn't have your contract, is he playing his cards right? Is he actually playing this very smart? It seems like you don't know, sir. Get off my screen, sir. You had your time to shine, but you didn't play your cards right to say what you need to say. Lamar Jackson is going to be a great quarterback in this league. If you're looking for a quarterback, he's going to be a free agent. So is he playing his cards right? Like, hey, am I hurt? I'm not going to actually go out there and play and lose, like the young folks like to say, the bag. So with that said, guys, let's keep it up in the air from Lamar Jackson to see what else is going on with him. With that, I'll see who's making my list next time.
I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? Go back to ripping off mob dealers? No. You complete
Me, you're garbage. You kills for money.
Great segment from the Joker. Great segment. Awesome.
As
Always
always.
awesome to hear
He
nonsense from the
said,
Joker.
he
Always
said,
awesome
you
to hear it.
complete me. That's like a crazy baby mama. Oh, they are crazy baby daddy.
Man.
So what would I do without you?
Man. But sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it be like that. All right.
It
All
does.
right. D.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and move into Dre's.
A real
Stick to the
segment.
skip.
A real segment.
The realest segment.
The realest segment. Yes, D. Preach.
Who do we have today, Dre?
We got Cliff Kingsbury right now. Cliff Kingsbury right now is on top of the list.
What did
Let's
he do?
go ahead and get it.
With that being said, Cliff to me is an amazing offensive coordinator. Amazing offensive coordinator. I just hate the way the NFL works because I would love to see him stay a couple more. I would love to see him stay in Arizona. Let me say that I would love to see him stay for him to stay in Arizona, but that's not how it goes. That's not how it goes.
Wow, hence.
And I'm gonna say this.
It was announced on Monday that he was fired as the
Absolutely,
head coach.
and the thing is this: he's phenomenal. But the thing is, it's not just him. It's the offensive line. It's the players. It's the personnel. It's just the system. Did everything come together right? Was we healthy to make that decision? Was we healthy to make that decision? No, we wasn't healthy. So you see how the NFL works. It's a win league. You have to win your game. Doesn't matter what the issue is. We have to win the games. And obviously we wasn't winning games. And I feel like it's not fair to Cliff. I feel like Cliff, they should have gave him another opportunity with a full team, a fully healthy team on the offense. And we didn't have it. But at the end of the day, that's the nature of the beast. You know, you gotta win by any means. So again, shout out to Cliff Kingsbury. Wherever he go to, I know it's gonna be phenomenal, but that's just how it goes in the NFL. That's how it goes.
It was also announced that Steve Keim resigned. Did you hear about that too?
Absolutely. Steve Keim did resign
because of health reasons.
Absolutely, personal issues, and he's not coming back. So that's opened up the door for a whole new situation with Arizona. Sometimes that's how it works. That's how it works. You know, this might be our opportunity.
And D Hop don't want to be there. You know what I mean? So what you guys say? What coach that you think that will make? And they said Kyler Murray gonna have full input in hiring of the next head coach.
Absolutely.
If you was Kyler Murray, you got a lot of coaches out there on the market. You have Sean Payton. You got
shout out to Sean Payton.
You got Chiefs offensive coordinator. You got a lot of people on the field staff. You got a lot of people on. You got a lot of hot candidates out there. Who are you picking, sir?
I like Kellen Moore too. Kellen Moore, the offense coordinator for the Cowboys. I like Kellen Moore, man. He plays at a high level. Kellen Moore's pretty good too. You know, Sean Payton's my guy. Sean Payton's my guy. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he's a proven winner, a top 10 coordinator in this league, great personnel. If y'all look at the Drew Brees era, the pieces he Meacham, Collison, when they had Reggie Bush, when they had these pieces to go along with what he to what he presented, it was amazing. And remember, he won. He beat the mighty Peyton Manning. But he just knows how to play the game well. He knows how to play the game well. He got an eye for potential, an eye for talent. He can make everything work.
So you saying you want to take Sean Payton?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's Sean Payton.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying, like, well, all that been said, he know how to utilize and take like the potential with Kyler Murray. He know how to utilize that, right? Who he is. He know how to really bring out the best in Arizona and in Kyler Murray too. So my favorite is Sean Payton. I think Sean Payton is going to be the one to get it done.
Yeah, well, they need somebody there to get him off the game, off Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a great choice. I think Chris Kingsbury to come over here. If he come over here to Kansas City,
Cliff Kingsbury, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, we want to call the guy. He come over here. He come over here and be a quarterback coach for the Chiefs. You know, he already got that jail in with Patrick Mahomes. He was Patrick Mahomes' college coach back in the
He
day.
was. Let me dive into that real quick.
He founded Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, he did. He actually was the one that actually, had almost he had an eye for Patrick Mahomes, right? He came to Patrick Mahomes' house, talked to him and whatnot. And the crazy part about this, guys, is Sean Payton already observed Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna tell you a quick snippet. He gave Patrick Mahomes a playbook, right? A playbook. The man broke it down. The man ate that playbook up. Patrick Mahomes did. Ate it up. And I was like, wow, Sean Payton. Could you imagine Sean Payton, Patrick Mahomes with New Orleans under Sean Payton, though? We know about Andy Reid. Well, with Sean Payton, could you imagine?
Who found him first, though?
You found him first?
Yeah, the guy that's on the screen, sir. That's why I'm saying,
absolutely, Mighty Cliff Kingsbury.
He didn't have. I feel like he didn't have a fair shot in Arizona.
I agree.
You know why I say that? Because how can you manage something without a GM? You don't have a GM. You don't have nothing. You can't. So basically, he was the GM. He was the coach.
No, he wasn't all that. He wasn't that. Here's the issue was, again, what I said earlier. He didn't have a healthy offense to work with. Right. He had different pieces back and forth. Offensive line was broken down. We had a bunch of rookies, people in place. Like, you can't operate a system with a bunch of substitutions. You know what I'm saying? They'll say, well, next man up. No, because by you substituting these people, they're not fully inside that system. They're not in that on that practice field, right? You're not with the first team. So you can't expect perfection with guys is in and out, and they're not in the first team offense. You can't expect perfection like that. So I feel like it wasn't fair to him. And then D-Hop gets hurt, and then D-Hop gets suspended. So, there's nothing you can do with that. But just
So
play your cards right.
They didn't play their cards right, so that's why.
Shout out to the Joker.
Okay, Hence.
Hey, Hence, don't get it twisted. Hence, the next we play y'all again. Hey, we play y'all again. It's gonna be the road's gonna be worse. Right?
I look forward to seeing what happens with the Cardinals because
right on, absolutely,
they have a chance for a big turnaround here with everything that's happening. Everything seems to fall to the bottom before you get great. So maybe that's what's happening.
Come on, talk it.
December, what you don't know is December. What you don't know is that this been happening every year for them, though.
Okay,
maybe this will be the year.
What do you know? Let's go back now. Hence, let's not do that. Hence, because
Chiefs
was horrible. Chiefs were horrible for a year.
The Chiefs was horrible. They went through the same thing.
Yeah, Chiefs was horrible. Now, let's go there.
Okay, Hence.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Chiefs was horrible. Garbage.
All right.
Dog water.
Let's go ahead.
Vote your vomit.
Bro, you wildin'. Who is on my list today?
Let's see what she got on the list.
Did I do that? Did I do that? Did I do that? Did I do that? Did I do that?
We got Odell Beckham on the list today.
Did I do that?
Let's go ahead and
Odell. What did he do?
Sir, are you able to get up? Can you get up, please? You okay? Yeah. What's wrong? The airline's called for you, sir. I don't know what it is. You good?
How you doing, bud?
Not that you've been on responsive, but trying to get to the command. He's probably on a deep sleep. You know where you're at, sir? Anything? He's very tired. Okay. He looks good to me. Careful.
Where's his pants?
Oh, sure.
Where's the baby's pants?
What do you mean?
You only got his underwear. Yeah.
Yeah, they're on.
Are they on now?
Yeah. They weren't on before? No. Okay. Go back, Frank. Okay. Go back. Go back? We're good. Yes. Yeah? We're good? Okay.
You know how many times you've shaken him to put his seatbelt on and he pushed his spot?
Mate. If you don't want him to fly, that's a decision that you guys are going to have to make. That's, you tell the captain, and then we'll get him out. But that's something that you guys got to make.
Multiple times, multiple people. Hey, sir, put your seatbelt on. All we're getting is this.
This is a 5-hour flight.
Yeah, this is 5 hours.
Then that's up to you guys.
Yeah,
That's up to you guys. But medically, if he doesn't want us to check him out, I can't make again. And I don't really say anything wrong. He might be tired or have taken a long trip and doesn't want to follow orders. That's a whole other animal.
He told her he just came from a club.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. He's tired.
And he's taking stuff.
He just responded to know where he's at. He knows where he's at, exactly where he's flying.
And he had pants on when he came on. He doesn't have pants on now.
His pants are on now.
His pants are on.
Well, he had shorts on. Had to wear.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do whatever you decide.
If you want, we'll stand by out here because I don't know what's going to.
Right.
I don't know what you want us to do as far as fire rescue.
He's mad at us because we called you. I said, we're worried about you.
That's fine. You guys are doing your job.
He's going to go deteriorate once we get in the air. So he's all embarrassed.
Don't worry. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, he doesn't want to come off.
He does not want to come off?
No, he's coming to the next.
Okay. Advise the sergeant to come here.
Motor 70's on the
He
way.
needs to come off.
We're going to have to deport everybody.
Okay.
First class.
Look at Odell.
Look at me all you want. That shit not making me feel bad.
Papa.
All right, let me stand up.
Hey.
Just follow.
There's nothing you can ever say to me, ever.
That's it.
I appreciate it. The only person I feel bad for is
Just
there's nothing you can say to me. You don't have to talk to him. Everything wrong with the world. Looking at me to get off a plane for you. I would never, ever in my life get off the plane for you. Specifically you. Maybe everybody else. I would get off the plane. That shit don't mean nothing to me. Ain't no way you could look at me. Ever.
guys, just don't
Ever.
get it. Just don't even get it.
You gonna wait 40 minutes and I'm gonna be on a private plane home.
Why wouldn't you on one?
Your fat ass. Yeah, I will. Get your ass off the plane for a second.
Okay,
As you
guys.
can see. Go ahead. We were happy.
So just to sum up everything in that video, an airline staff member said Beckham Jr. was unresponsive before the plane pushed away from the gate. By the way, I'm reading from CBSnews.com. They got him to wake up to put his seatbelt on prior to taking off, but he was still passed out. And the woman, crew at this time, don't feel comfortable with flying because they don't know what's going on with him, the staff member says, adding that they can put him on the next flight. A flight attendant then told the officers Beckham Jr. only had underwear on, but when they arrived, he was wearing pants. She also says they had to shake him several times to ask Beckham Jr. to put his seatbelt on for boarding, and that he told them he came from a club. The officers who recognized Beckham as the NFL player say he may just be tired. If you don't want him to fly, then that's your decision. And you see they decided to ask him to leave the plane, but Beckham refused. And that's when you see everyone having to deboard the plane. Overall, I think in this, Odell was wrong. I find it very odd that while the flight attendants were trying to wake him, he didn't budge. And then as soon as he got wind that they were calling the police, he's got his pants and he's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I think that he was being difficult. I think he was being a man-child. And for him to make the comment that he would be on a private jet after that man was clearly upset. Why was he on a commercial flight in the first place? Why didn't he just take his private jet in the first place? And that's my take on it. Everyone knows Odell Beckham Jr., the wide receiver was the wide receiver for the Giants. He's a free agent. He suffered a torn ACL in the Super Bowl last year. And since then, that has plagued him. He has not been able to play since that injury. And I think Odell is just, acting out. This isn't his first time acting out in public. No one's ever checked this man. And this is how he's behaving now. How do you guys feel?
Me looking at the video, fully looking at the video, I'm gonna say this. I didn't like the lady. I think the lady was being a real Karen.
Okay.
Because that man is like, okay, he said he was tired. I get that. And why is she looking at the man's pants for? Why is she looking at
They
the man's pants?
tried to reach in and put his seatbelt on after trying to wake him up several times, and that's when they discovered he had no pants on.
So the man was just down below naked.
And then once he got wind that they were calling the police, that's when he woke himself up, got his pants on. We didn't see when they walked away, but I think the situation broke down. Odell was being difficult. He didn't want to put on his seatbelt. He didn't want to wake up. And who knows if he was on anything, or he told them that he was at the club. But for them to try and wake him several times and he ignored them, I think that made the staff mad. They seemed visibly in that video upset. Yeah. And I don't blame their decision. I don't
blame it either. For me, looking at the video from a standpoint of safety, they did the right thing because they don't. Yeah. You have to put your seatbelt on. You can't be defiant when it comes to that.
I don't think she was being a Karen. I think that he was being disobedient. Everyone, how many flights has everyone been on, including Odell? You have to board. When you board, there's some wait time. You put your seatbelt on. Then once you get in the air, they ring that little bell. You can take your seatbelt off, and then you do as you please.
He needs to leave. He needs to leave. Like really.
I feel like when the officers and everybody came out and they said, you know what I mean, he know where he's at. He know where he is. Then the situation should have been left alone. But she tried to make it. I think a lot of people probably missed it. What I caught on to is, you know what? Like they like to do to a lot of us. When he gets in the air, I think he's just going to go crazy, and I think he's going to. And the man was calm, laying down his. But the thing is, like December said, we all know when you get on a plane, you got to put your seatbelt on. That's one thing he messed himself up at, you know. And also in that little private little seating areas where they sit at, I think they can get comfortable, long as they not fully naked.
That's fine, but why couldn't he, after the several attempts to wake him up to put on his seatbelt, why couldn't he wake up?
He was in a deep sleep. The man said he was tired.
He wasn't in a deep sleep when the police got there.
Honestly, the police guy was talking to the man with some sense, though. He was talking to the man with some sense. He was like, "Oh, you okay? You cool?" You know, he was talking to him. I feel like they was, you know what? We didn't see the beginning of the video. We just seen the aftermath of the video. So we see the beginning of the video. So it depends on how they was talking to him. You know, I'm like, you came to me sideways. You know, you got that stubbornness. You know, talk to me better. You know, like he said at the end of the video, he came directly at that person. Right. You know, it was like you gotta be careful how you talk to people. But I get the safety protocol because they do have to make sure that you're safe. And I do understand that part.
And sometimes she is right about that, because sometimes people get in the air, they're like, I'm fine. It's then when they get in the air, they start acting the food, and ain't nothing to do. They already in the air.
Yeah, you know we can agree to disagree on this one. I think Odell was out of line. And the fact that he refused to leave, and then that affected everyone. Everyone had to deboard the plane. He could have just got up and left. He had
to prove a point.
Or he could have been on his private flight.
Or he just put on his seatbelt and just
there's so many other things that could have happened before it got to that point.
Like I say all the time, man. You don't got to run up to everybody. You don't got to fight everybody. You don't got to fight everything. Just like, okay, I got you. I'm gonna put on my seatbelt. This is your job. This is something. I mean, your establishment.
Or if he said, because later on,
I could have made a complaint.
Since this, Odell has spoken out. He went on a Twitter rant, replying to everyone's, response about him being disobedient in this case, and he made the comment. I don't have it pulled up, but he made the comment. It's a plane. I don't need a seatbelt, or said something to that effect. So that means he knew what he was doing. If he was that, and he said, and he also tweeted that he stayed up all night so he could sleep on the flight. If he already had that premeditated, could he have just put his seatbelt on before? If he knew he was that tired,
some people don't like flying.
If he could have just put his seatbelt on before he went to sleep, then it would have never been an issue. They could have walked by, saw him sleep, saw he had a seatbelt on, and went on about their day.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, guys.
He caused this issue.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. Let's go ahead and go out the elephant in the room. He's used to jets, his own private jet, and his own private jet. He don't wear seatbelts in his own private jet. That wasn't
Probably not.
private. So that's what it was. He used to private jets. He's like, oh, okay, well, he's not used to the atmosphere of putting on the seatbelts or following protocol, because the private jets, they do whatever they want to do.
Okay, he should have been on the private jet then.
Yeah, I agree. Should have been on the private jet.
And that's all I have for Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, just got to put your seatbelt on, man. If you're
That's it.
Let's move on today. The little girl, like he said, he's the only person I'm really mad for is this little girl right here. She was, got to get up off her comfort zone. And if you ever flown with kids that small, it's hard to get them on a plane. It's even harder, trying to get them hyped up for the plane, because it's probably a new experience. And plus, if that was her new experience, and her first experience is her getting kicked off the plane, or get delayed, or seeing that kind of action. So, how I would handle it is I would just put on my seatbelt.
Yeah.
And honor their wishes, because I am in their establishment. I'm in their work area, their workspace right about now. So I'll just put on my seatbelt and go on by my day.
So
with that said, sorry. So with
that that's all I have. Good luck to Odell.
Good take, D. Good take. But shout out.
I hope he finds a job soon. I hope he finds a job soon.
Just do for real. Just do the right thing. Just put your seatbelt on. Just
Yeah.
Same thing in somebody's car. If I ask you to put your seatbelt on, just put your seatbelt on.
Just put it on.
Just put it on.
I want to thank everybody for watching. All the new people that watch. All the people that left comments.
Absolutely.
We didn't get to some of them, but we want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for staying tuned with us here at BowTie Sports. We working hard to be better. So, Gerald, with the little, if we make some little mistakes, or we do say something wrong or something not correct,
especially by the Kingdom winning Super Bowl, big mistake, but it's okay.
No, that's Super Bowl stuff.
Never. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
All right, guys, we want to thank you guys for watching, and until next Saturday, we see you again.
Much love, guys.
You are watching BowTie Sports. BowTie Sports, yeah, BowTie. We gon' catch it all from the court side. Got the lights, camera, action for the whole night. You name it and we got it at the BowTie. BowTie Sports, yeah, BowTie. We gon' catch it all from the court side. Got the lights, camera, action for the whole night. You name it and we got it at the BowTie. All of the sports, you can catch it at the BowTie. Commentary special with the bird's eye. You can watch it for your favorite like